Hey everyone, it's Neha from College Shortcuts. I've got a student named Neha, which is incredible, who's in ninth grade. And I would love to hear from you, Neha. Tell us a little bit about, I know you've been working with me one-on-one, and I'd also love to hear about your experience with the Capstone Project.
Yeah, so I loved Capstone. I thought it was a really great experience, especially since all my friends were doing like the same extracurriculars. Like all my friends were like, you should join FPLA. And I just laughed because I knew that there were going to be like 1,000 other students there that were also in FPLA and also going to do debate and also going to try out for All State. And I really was just glad to do it because it helped me do something different for my resume. But not only that, I made so many new friends and found people with interests similar to mine. So it overall it was just a really great resume building experience, but also a friendship experience and a great thing overall for me.
Awesome. And one of the questions I do want to ask is, since we are working together one-on-one, can you share for families, how it feels to work with me one-on-one every month and where you were from the beginning to where you are today?
I think it was really great because the transition from middle school to high school is a very daunting one. And with your help, I was struggling in a lot of my classes, but just with like guidance and tips and tricks and just things that would help me find out what I was interested in and how to cope with the stress of school and the help with mental health and how important it is. It really just helped me improve overall. So now I'm happy to say that I'm a straight A student.
Mhm.
And in terms of mental health, I'm doing great and I'm drinking water a lot more than I used to do. So it's overall just a great experience. She gives you so much helpful insight on your own problems and how to fix them and just ways to improve in general. And I think it's a really, really nice experience.
Awesome. And in terms of your extracurriculars, where were you at the beginning versus where you are now? What are some of the things we worked on to help make sure that your passion is something you really want to do? I mean, you're in ninth grade, so we're already getting started.
Right. Um, I think that first of all, my resume was, like I said before, the same as everyone else's. If you asked even one of my friends, they would already have two of the same extracurriculars as me. So I think it was great to diversify my resume with help that you gave me and also just find activities that I was interested in at school. For example, I really like law. And so by finding out and stress testing law with your help, I've discovered that it is something that I'm really interested in. And there were so many opportunities for me to figure out exactly how this profession would work and how much I really am interested in reading all of these court cases and keeping up with legal jargon and understanding what lawyers really do. And I just think it's great because it allows me, especially since I'm in ninth grade, to understand very early what I really want to do and how I'm going to be successful in it at an early age before it's too late.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about what it is that we asked, I asked you to do primarily to figure out the law process. Like, share a little bit about, the exercise I gave you and how it's so different than anything you would have probably just done this semester or even done at all.
Yeah, no, it's extremely different because at school, I never really got asked what my favorite thing to do or what my future job would be like, except for an attendance question or like a passing comment. But I really think this experience has just been different. Like, for example, I got to interview a couple of references who are actually lawyers, and they helped educate me so much on what the profession actually is and all of the legal jargon and preparing for trial and understanding what these people do and why they love what they do. And that was an eye-opening experience for me because schools, they don't really specialize in students. They kind of just have like at the last minute during senior year ask these questions to seniors, and I think here it's different because from an early time I'm already understanding what I'm going to do if I choose to go into this profession and if I really want to do it, which is so different from what I get from school.
Awesome. A lot of parents ask me, Neha, what makes College Shortcut different than anyone else? Do you mind sharing from a student perspective to hear it from an actual person that's been now working with mentorship with one-on-one with me plus Capstone at such an early age? What do you think makes College Shortcuts different?
I just think that the way that you specialize and take care to talk to kids one on one is amazing because counselors and college counselors, they don't ask you these questions until it's too late, and they don't really have the time to specialize and take care of these kids and treat them as their own and help build their resume over the course of such a long time. So I think that's what College Shortcuts is. It sets it apart from just regular school counseling or something that you would get off the street. A really, it's really just a place for you to get one-on-one help and exactly what you need, because there's only one person. You're getting specialized help from a pro, even if you don't work with Neha directly, who is very qualified. She also has some other really qualified instructors who take time out of their day to help these kids build their resume and figure out what they really want to do, which is something that isn't a focus for a school counselor who has to deal with hundreds of kids.
Absolutely. And I know you got the privilege of getting to meet some of the other types of kids we work with. Do you mind sharing a little bit about, what that was like to meet kids like that and how that felt?
It was fun, honestly. If I'm being quite honest, I just loved working with them because they were all people. First of all, they were all like me. We were all brown women of color. We got to work on this project. It was a capstone project. It was so great. I made this project about mental health, and just at the end of it all, it felt like it was worth it to not only get to work with these ladies and create something meaningful and impactful, but it also just felt worth it because at the end of the cat project, I was friends with all of them. I had made bonds with them that will probably last for a very long time. And just meeting all of these kids, it made me feel like I wasn't alone and that there are other kids like me who are also receiving help. And it just shows the quality of College Shortcuts, because all of those ladies were also very intelligent and knowledgeable, and I got to learn so much from them. So I was really happy to work with them. They're all so amazing.
Awesome. Well, Neha, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom at such a young age. How old are you again?
I'm 14.
14, everybody, 14. So thanks so much. This is, been such a pleasure for me to chat with you and talk with you about your experience with us. For everyone that's listening, please go to College Shortcuts to learn more about how, we can help your child just like we've helped Neha. Thanks, Neha.